What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, Team Talk, let's get into it. So this is just going to be a nice quick little video because there's not a lot of changes going on. So as you've just seen when the teams just dropped, there's only one change. Bobby Hill comes out of the side with that sickness, that illness, and Hoskin Elliott, after breaking his hand, 3 weeks ago, he's back in the team, which is absolutely incredible, right? Incredible. And, you know, props to him for doing that, because I can't imagine breaking your hand 3 weeks ago and coming... To me, that's like an 8-week injury, so I don't know how he does it, but you can see how highly the coaches and Fly and Justin Lepich and all these other guys rate Hoskin Elliott. And I know for parts he's become the whipping boy. You know, he's not in the best 23, and why are we playing him, and this and that. And, you know, I've been a big believer Hoskin Elliott. You know, sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for him to get dropped, and some, you know, but for the most part, he's one of those guys that does what he needs to do. He is a role player. Now, he could go into the back line, he could go into the forward line, he could stay on the wing where, you know, where he usually plays a little bit, or at that high half forward. What I love about the versatility of Hoskin Elliott, it's kind of like the versatility of a Billy Frampton, right? If you put Hoskin Elliott down the back, and he's played there this year, that releases some of your guys to move up forward, move up into the midfield. It could release, like, you know, a Jack Crisp to come up a little bit more, could release the Braden Maynard to come up a little bit more. If you put Hoskin Elliott onto a wing, it can release Josh Dacos to play as a sort of a higher half forward, because we know that he loves a goal. It could release Sidebottom to play as a high half forward into the forward line. You know, he kicked the first goal against Carlton, you know, a couple of rounds ago. So the versatility of having Hoskin Elliott in this team, and, you know, he might not get 4 goals like he was getting in 2018, and he might not get 30 touches, but this guy, he knows where he is at with this team. He knows the role he has to play. He knows that he has to commit to every single contest, has to take that. He's a good overhead mark. He has to take that mark. He's a goal sneak when he wants to be, if he's playing, you know, that deep. But what he does for the team structurally is he frees up a little bit more of the players. They play a sort of different role. Like I said, Josh Dacos or Steele Sidebottom, you know, or he plays that half forward, you know, that high half forward role himself. I do think, however, that it is a very bold call. Bobby Hill coming out, that speed that Bobby Hill brings to the team. Yes, he hasn't had a big couple of games, but the speed that he does bring to the team and the excitement isn't something that can be easily matched. Like I said in my preview, I would have liked for Ginnivan to come in. He had a great game the other week, 28 disposals, 2 goals, 5 tackles. He's doing everything right at the VFL level. I dare say he does get his opportunity, just not at the moment. So that does, you know, it is a little bit weird, but Hoskin Elliott as the sub, though, I can see kind of what's going on, because that goes Markov straight into the team, and Markov's run, and, you know, Mitchell stays in the team because there was no way he was going out. But I know it's not a like for like, but we do have other forwards who can, you know, play that role. Maybe that means that we're going with the Chuck Bo McCreary a little bit deeper into the forward line, so he can be that sort of pressure forward, that tackling forward, that quick forward. You know, he might not kick 3 or 4 goals, but he's got to be that guy who, like Bobby, was chasing and tackling and chasing and tackling. So maybe that's a positional change that we're going to see. But like I said, I would have loved to see Ginnivan play. Would have probably loved to see Ash Johnson play as well. But I'm glad Cox is still in the team, because this can be the game where he's had a quiet 3 games. He doesn't have a handful of quiet games in a row. So this could be the game where, you know, he kicks those 2 or 3 goals and takes those big marks that we really need him to. And as you can see, Carlton's ins and outs, they were always going to bring those players back in. You know, their outs really do help us a little bit as well. But their ins, they're just such quality ins. It's just going to be such a good game. And are they a little bit underdone? You know, who am I to say? But it's, you know, it's, oh man, it is going to be one of probably the best games of the year, I reckon, coming up. And it's just going to be a contest just contest after contest after contest, and I hope we win by over 30 points. But like I said, Will Hoskin Elliott, you might not rate him as highly as I do, and let me know your thoughts down below. But he does his role very well. He's even a good intercept defender or intercept marker because he's so good overhead. But I think that's it's a good choice. Yes, Jack Ginnivan a little bit stiff, I would reckon, but they probably want to see him do a little bit more in the VFL consistently before they bring him in. But I just hate that Bobby Hill is out, because I love seeing Bobby Hill play, and we saw what he did against Carlton last time. There's a rumor going around that Adam Starr is still jumping. When Bobby Hill sold him that candy. But anyway, guys, that's just been a really, really quick team talk. Let me know your thoughts down below on the final team. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your best. And until next time, double shackers. I'll sweep you later.